Good afternoon, everybody. So, I'm getting on here because I have been exposing the corruption of Washington State in North Carolina. I want to make one thing very clear. I am a very successful person when it comes down to employment and running a business. Since I became a Republican back in 2011, I've been a target. And I've been a target of Bob Ferguson, Roy Cooper, Josh Stein. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I have been exposing corruption beyond corruption. And my story really needs to go viral. As I explained to you before, Bob Ferguson, in my previous video that I made, Bob Ferguson changed his name up to make it look like he was a whole different person. And I want to convey to you guys that the American people, that what we're experiencing now is beyond, I could say, an insurrection on the American people. And this is done by the Democratic Party. They have ousted us. Once you become a Republican, everything gets ruined in your life. If you expose corruption and fraud, everything gets ruined in your life. And for me, everything has gotten ruined in my life. I am currently living out of my car. And the reason being is because Bob Ferguson, Josh Stein, Roy Cooper has stopped me from getting employment, along with Charlotte Burrows, which is the EEOC director, and a couple other individuals that are in federal government. And I want you guys to go and look up Washington State and how bad their corruption is. If you go look at the Gold Bar Reporter, it shows how Washington State has boasted and bragged about how they would never get charged with a crime because they have people in every forms of government that will help them. And Bob Ferguson's arms reach far and wide. And the reason why I'm saying this is because he has stopped at nothing to ruin my life and the life of other people. I know I'm not the first. I know I won't be the last, but this has to come to a head. I've been exposing the corruption that happened on a case with my son, as I explained to you in my last video. I don't want to keep repeating myself. I want to relay the important information on regards to Bob Ferguson. He has went across state lines to harm me, harass me, threaten me, along with my son. He has done everything humanly possible to try to ruin our lives, and he's been very successful at it. But we need to have it come to a head because Bob Ferguson will not stop. And we have to stop him because he's involved in attempted murder, data theft, mail tampering, entering my home illegally without warrants, along with Josh Stein and Roy Cooper that were complicit to it. These are the things that American people need to see. And the Biden and Harris administration, they don't care. They don't care that we, the people, the little people, have been experiencing this on a local level, and they have done nothing to stop the corruption, the fraud, the abuse, the human trafficking, data theft. They have done nothing. And this is why they are failing. There is no oversight. There's no accountability. And for me, I'm needing help. I'm needing help on every level. And she has no idea what she has done. I have a son that I'm trying to protect, and she does not. Our vice president does not know what it feels like to be a mother, to be a parent, and suffer like this, and be away from your child for this long because you feel like you have to protect him. But see, when they couldn't get to me, they would go after my son. And I want you guys to understand, this is real. This is nothing to play with. Here's my stuff in my car. Who wants to live like this? When I'm not handicapped, I'm capable of working, but they have stopped all my income. They have made sure that I don't get any access to funds. They have made it their business to make sure I don't get a place to stay. They have made it their business that I am not safe. So if you think for 1 minute that they're just doing it to me, think again. They're doing it to my son. So as a mother, I'm sitting up here thinking, is he okay? Is he all right? And see, what she doesn't see is that I'm a mother in pain. I'm a human being in pain. And there is nothing that on the state or federal level, when you call out corruption on the attorney general, the person that is high up in a position at the state level or the federal level, and when you report the fraud and corruption and the abuse, where can a citizen go? Let me know, because there's nowhere for us to go. There is only programs allotted to individuals that work for the government, that report fraud and abuse and corruption. But there's nothing for the ordinary American citizens. I'm fighting back my tears right now because I'm tired. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of hurting. I'm tired of being in this car. I'm tired of asking people to help me when I can fend for myself. When I tell you I'm trying everything, I've tried everything. And I am needing all Americans' help. Last night, I attended the Trump rally in New York City. I was able to drive there due to some friends in Washington State and to try to get my story out. And her name's Ryan, by the way, and her mom. And I need to share my story. I need for everybody to understand. When I went to that Trump rally last night, it was amazing. It was so amazing. See, I still have my wristband on. I even took a shower in it. Excuse me. It was so amazing because you had every nationality in there. You had Christians, you had Hispanic, Italian, Black, white, Korean. You had and everybody was getting along. He had every flavor in that room. In Madison Square Garden. I couldn't even say it's a room. Madison Square Garden. And every seat was taken. Every seat. That says a lot for a president. That says a lot for a president to bring all those different nationalities, every flavor you can think of, into Madison Square Garden. People getting along, people loving on one another, caring for one another, talking to one another like human beings. But when you go to the Biden administration, you got nothing but radical people. Radical. I mean, they're so disrespectful. They scream, they yell, they cuss at you, call you names, all that. And yesterday I was getting interviewed before I went into the Trump rally. And this young lady, she comes up, and just because I have a pink purse that my brother bought me a long time ago, you can't wear pink and green. I don't see nowhere green and nowhere in that purse. You guys have no idea. This has been a very, very trying time for me. And there's no accountability. There's no I don't even know how to explain it. When I reported my situation on the fraud and the corruption, where Bob Ferguson went into a courtroom and the judges and attorneys went into a courtroom and represented me and my son on a case that they had no business representing us on, settled on the case, got the funds dispersed, and set out an unconscionable scheme to harm me and my son. This is what happens. And then having no idea that Bob Ferguson was involved, I'm thinking Bob Ferguson is different from Robert W. Ferguson. And come to find out, it was the same person. So who's going to hold this attorney general responsible? Who's going to hold him accountable for the acts of corruption and fraud that he has engaged himself in and made himself complicit to all of it? I don't know how to explain it. The only thing I know how to explain is that this man has committed acts of corruption and fraud and abuse. He has abused his power when he went across state lines to North Carolina, and Stein and Roy Cooper were complicit to it. And let me tell you what happened, and I'll tell you that in the next video. But what I'm experiencing now, it is unreal. It is unreal. And last night when I went to the Trump rally, I that's the best I felt in a long time. That is the best I felt in a long time. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And this is the type of president that we need. I had to leave early because I left my medicine out in the car, and I really didn't want to leave because he was about to come on stage. But I came there on a mission to get my paperwork to Trump. I came there on a mission to show the Republican Party what the Democratic Party has been doing and how I became a target of the Democratic Party, how I lost my business. I've lost my home. I've lost employment. I've lost everything. And I am living right now out of my car somewhere I never thought I would be in my life. Never. I never thought in a million years that I would be here. I'm sorry, you guys. I never thought in a million years that I would be out on the street begging people for money to help me. And I know the Democratic Party is sitting back laughing and boasting and bragging about how they ruined my life and the life of my son. I know this because they don't care. And she says she cares, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care about the everyday woman that goes out there and hustles for her family. She doesn't care about the everyday woman that provides for her children. This woman she doesn't even have a soul. And you guys, I don't know how to explain it. I know I'm in a lot of pain and I've been holding back. And I'm sorry I got upset. But I've been holding back for so long and trying to be strong and fighting this battle. But you guys understand that this is real. This is real life stuff that everyday Americans need to see. This is stuff that we don't see. We don't get to see that. You don't get to see the everyday American citizen that's in pain, that's lost their business because they became a target of the Democratic Party. This is what they do. And people have no idea. They have no idea the pain that this Democratic Party has caused. They tried to take my life, you guys. They tried to take the life of my son. They put him in a coma for 23 days. This is Bob Ferguson. This is the stuff that he does when he gets mad that you challenged him and you were. The federal government found them guilty. The United States Department of Education found them guilty of discrimination and retaliation. This was a multi-million-dollar case, you guys. And Bob Ferguson stole money that didn't belong to him. He forged his name. He lied. He made himself look like he was a whole different person, and he was the same person. And you guys got to understand that this hurts, and I'm sorry, it hurts like hell. And no, there's no accountability because he thinks he's above the law. He thinks he's above the law. In Washington State, you guys need to wake up and turn that state red because we are in a world of hurt. We are in a world of hurt. We need new faces. We need new people. We need new judges. We need new police officers. And there is good judges out there. There are good police officers out there. But there's some that just make it bad for everybody. And I'm getting on here and I'm being myself because this Democratic Party hurt people. And I'm in pain. There's no reason why I should be in my car. There's no reason why I should be trying to find a place to go. I had a home and they ran me out of my home. They ran me out of my home not once but twice. They engulfed my Bob Ferguson, Josh Stein, Roy Cooper. They engulfed my apartment Not once, not twice, but 3 times with carbon monoxide. And I had 2.7% in my body, enough to kill me. Enough to kill me. So you have no idea. I'm in pain. I'm in pain, and it hurts. It hurts like hell because I don't know if this would be my last dime. I don't know. I don't know if, they're still trying to harm me because of this $50 million. It's so much, you guys. It's so freaking much. I don't know how to I don't know. I don't know. It hurts. This hurts. And this is what the American people need to see. They need to see people in real pain. They don't need to see celebrities. They don't need to see celebrities on a stage shaking their ass. They don't need to see none of that. But what they really need to see is this. They need to see real American people in a lot of pain. They really need to see that. Sorry, I had to turn on my phone because it was going dead. But they need to see that. And I'm sorry that I've been long-winded, but I need to get my story out. I need to get my story out to be told. And I need the American people to wake up and see what this party has done to us. And if you guys would have just been there in Manhattan last night, and those of you that know, you know. It was amazing. It was so many people and so many kind, loving people from all nationalities. You guys have no idea. No fights, no nothing. No booing, no. It was everybody that got on the stage hit home on something. Education, LGBTQ, I'm sorry. You know what I'm trying to say. They hit on African Americans' homes and how our children are, not being educated in a proper way, how they took the trades out of the schools. I mean, it was so much that they touched on. And it's just been amazing. It's been amazing. And Trump should be patting himself on the back. And I know how he feels right now because he was shot at. And so was I in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. And I was able to get out of there. So I did get emotional last night. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I had to leave. My blood pressure got high a little bit too because I'm just feeling everything. Just everything. You guys share my story. And if you are in any type of situation where you've been a target, you've been human trafficked, you've been stalked, harassed, threatened, report it. Report it to the authorities. Go to the FBI, go to the district attorney's office for the state. Let them know exactly what's going on and what you have experienced. Because you need to fight back. You need to fight back. Don't give up. We don't give up. We have to keep fighting. Thank you, guys.